Now it's time for today's perspective, and on the programme today we're talking about a film described by Variety as exhilarating and a thoughtful and emphatic look at how collective hope can mobilise a whole generation. Now, this is a film that follows in a very personal way the uprising in Sudan in 2019 that ended 35 years of dictatorship, as well as the subsequent military crackdown that for many ended hope for freedom and then led to the resulting Sudanese civil war that began in 2023. Tonight, the film Sudan, Remember Us is being shown here in Paris alongside a masterclass with director Hind Meddeb, who joins us here on set very shortly. We're going to talk to her in just a moment, we hope. We're having a few problems. Hopefully she's going to get here in time. But first of all, we're going to watch a trailer for the film.
تاريخ السودان حكايات مقاومة.
الثورة في الليلات، الثورة في الليلات.
الثورة دي هي مش الأولى.
ويجي يتكلم لي عن الدين وعن الفضيلة وعن عدم السرقة والقصة وهو أكبر.
كما إحنا كنا بنطلع في المظاهرات صراحة ما عارفين نفسنا راجع ولا ما راجعين يعني.
الحصل يا هند إنه البرهان رئيس المجلس السيادي عمل انقلاب عسكري. الآن الشعب في عصيان مدني شامل. امبارح في القيادة سقطوا 8 شهداء، الإصابات فوق 120 إصابة.
ومن قتل الشاب وكأنما قتل الشباب جميعهم.
كلهم في التنسيقيات أو في لجان المقاومة أو كانوا ناس مؤثرين.
بحياة أبوي عبد الوهاب كان بيحكي لي على حلم العالم العربي يتبدل في قاعدته وتحصل ثورة نسوية. البلد تغير زي سجن مفتوح.
وضح النهار أرأيت مسجونا أرأيت محصولا.
الشباب حزين، في قهر في غبين جواهم، لكن أقوياء برضو أقوياء، يعني ما زلنا مستمرين.
Hind Meddeb is joining me here on set. Got stuck in traffic, so it's going to be a little bit short, unfortunately. We haven't got much time to talk to you. But it's a very personal film, isn't it? It starts off with a lot of optimism as the people you follow. They're mostly women, demand that revolution.
Yeah, it's very important, I think, to see this film today. It was shot a few years ago, and now it's the war in Sudan. And actually, to understand the war in Sudan, when you watch this film, you discover that everything that is in this film is destroyed by the war. The goal of the war that is happening right now in Sudan was to destroy the civil society, these young people who were seeking for freedom. So you have to imagine Sudanese people have fighting for freedom for decades. The revolution that I was attending, and I shot this film during this revolution, it already happened 2 other revolutions before, in the 60s, in the 80s. Sudanese people are fighting for freedom for such a long time, and people don't hear about it. People only hear about, in Sudan, the war, people starving, but they don't realize how much this is a population of educated people who knows what they want, and they were reclaiming their country, and they just wanted to live in a free country and to be able to use all the wealth, because Sudan is a very rich country with uranium, gold, oil.
So knowing what's happened since, I mean, is it a very difficult film to watch? Because you do see that real optimism, don't you, right at the beginning?
I think this film is also a way to resist, because military people and the people who are leading the war right now, they want to erase the memory of this revolution. So this film is also an act of resistance, and Sudanese people all around the world were using that film to raise attention about what's happening in Sudan, and also to make the audience meet Sudanese people. Because when you watch the film, you are spending a little bit more than an hour with Sudanese people, and you feel close to them. You realize that we have so much in common with Sudanese people fighting for freedom. And as you see, democracy is not granted. So when you watch the film, you can get inspired, also as a European person or an American person.
The film's being shown very much as part of an event which is about how to actually film these kind of events happening. I mean, how difficult was it looking at it? There's obviously a lot of violence around you, and you must have been in quite a lot of danger yourself.
Yeah, what was the most difficult, and that is not in the film, is to film the organization, because this revolution was really, really well organized. But this is behind the scene, and this is something that this organization was secret. And it was too dangerous for the people to show me how they organized, because if the military were taking the footage, it would have put them in danger. That's why the film is only showing one side of the revolution. It's showing how people gather together, but we don't really understand that it's a very well-organized revolution. But no, I mean, it was dangerous more for the people who were risking their life every day doing this revolution. And the level of violence against these young people was really terrible. And then when the war started, it was a way to really stop this rise and to have like even more violence against the people, to stop them for having this democracy.
And I mean, is it possible for you at the moment to talk to some of those people who were in the film? Is it possible
I'm in contact with all of them.
On?
I'm in contact with every single person who is in the film. So to give you some news of them, some of them, they are in exile and they're like starting a new life, but all of them, they want to return to Sudan. They are thinking to the time after the war, and they're hoping peace is going to come at a certain point, and they are ready to go back and reconstruct their country. There is millions of Sudanese all around the world in exile, and these Sudanese are the future of Sudan. I am very optimistic, even if the situation is horrible right now, and we are going into darkness. I think at a certain point that Sudanese people are going to be able to reconstruct their country.
Very good to have you here. Sorry it was a little short, but good to get your views and good to understand the situation there in Sudan. Hind Meddeb, thanks very much for coming in. The showing, by the way, is at MK2 Cinema up at Quai de Seine, I think.
MK2 Quai de Seine, tonight at 8 p.m. There is one of the last screenings of the film.
Okay, great. Thanks very much for coming in and talking to us about it here on Friday.